shopping with a gun. You just smile, baby.
All right, y'all, welcome back. It's Cherezian Racing. I'm Ryan, and I'm in the Duramax right now. Got the enclosed trailer all loaded up with the race car, super truck tonight. It's just me right now. Olivia is in San Diego at her grandmother's funeral, so we're gonna be without her tonight. But Dad's following me right now, and Eric's gonna be showing up later, I think. And it's 95 right now, so it's definitely a warm one. I figured that if I don't either win tonight or do extremely well, I'm taking the mullet off because it's just too hot. And so far, the mullet's good luck, bringing me wins in the super truck. But if I prove that luck is just BS tonight, it's going all the way off. I'm not a guy who likes to have long hair in the summertime, so cross our fingers. I didn't really get to work on the car a whole lot since the last race. Just was able to do some maintenance stuff, change the oils, and go through the car, nut and bolts, all that kind of stuff. I did change the float levels on the carburetor, so hopefully that is going to be a better situation tonight, not fluttering so bad in the corner. But kind of organized the trailer a little bit, and spent a lot of time trying to get the car unloaded and loaded in easier. Had to chop part of the back of the truck off so I don't jackknife it when I'm pulling in my driveway. So it's just been a lot of miscellaneous stuff, but hopefully that equivalates out to good luck on the track tonight, kind of like the last time. So cross you guys' fingers. I'm not going to have a whole lot of time probably to film tonight, so you guys probably just see the footage of the car on the track. So here we go. Woo! Look at that. Picture girl hooked me up with a cool little plaque from the last race here, which we won. A couple cool pictures too. All right, so Eric's here. We just got done with mud packing, and the track is super heavy from the middle up, and on the bottom is dusty, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna put you guys right up there, and you guys are not gonna see anything, but I'm gonna look at my gauge and see if my float level changed anything in my carburetor air fuel ratio. So no footage for you guys. Lucas not here, but I gotta do what I gotta do, and I gotta get this carburetor thing situated. Have you?
I think.
All right, guys. Haven't held on a whole lot of time here, but I won the heat race. Got my good luck charm here.
Yeah.
Last time he was here, I won the heat race and the main. So there's 10 cars here tonight. Heat race felt pretty good, but I slipped up a couple times, almost spun out. But the car feels pretty fast, and I think the carburetor problem's fixed. So I start inside second row, so third, and the track was looking pretty good. So cross my fingers, hope this thing runs good and we get another win. We'll see. Gonna put you guys here again for the gauges. Sorry, but that's all I can do. All right, so that's the recap on the night. I got to say a huge shout out to my dad. You guys saw that we got the whole race videoed without Livia there, and I kind of just threw it to my dad. Is like, hey, can you try to video on your iPhone and get some footage? And you guys might have noticed it wasn't maybe as accurate and you couldn't see as much as when Livia does it, but it was pretty dang good for what he did. He's not really a tech savvy guy with his iPhone, so the fact that he was able to bust out that and capture all the races and get me some footage to put out there for you guys is a huge help. As the survey says on the GoPro, looking down on my gauge, that I got most of the carburetor problem solved with the float levels being changed. It didn't really flutter at all in the corners. I'm still a little bit lean, but I just got to make a jet change, I think, and then I think I'm about 90% done with my carburetor tuning. So there's a huge help. Sorry I couldn't get you guys in the in-car camera footage, but very big help to me trying to get this thing tuned up. And that's probably the reason why I was able to walk away from so much of the field during that race, is because the thing was just running great. So let's talk about the race a little bit. When I got to the track, I met Rich Combs. Rich, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Rich came up to me and he's like, hey man, never met you before, but I watch your videos. I feel like we're best friends. Here's $100 to buy a tire or half a tire, whatever it's gonna be. So that was the first time I've ever had anybody come up to me on the track and just hand me some money and say, hey man, I want to sponsor you for the race. I like what you guys put out there and stuff, and what you guys do in the shop. So huge thank you to Rich and his company, Rich Combs Electrical. It's crazy. It makes everything worth it that I do on the camera when I see people like that at the track, or just all you fans out there in general. So that was pretty baffling. Rich is a real nice guy. Thank you again, Rich. But as far as the race went, didn't need that yellow. Man, I didn't need that yellow. So I missed the setup on the car. What would happen throughout the night is the track was getting really dry and dusty, and they kept on watering it. And the track was already dry, so just putting water on doesn't really make it, tacky again. And if it does be tacky, it doesn't really stay tacky. And they put a load of water on when the sun went down and the temps started cooling off, and I said, you know what? My car feels really good right now. It's free. I'm able to get it to turn and stuff. I left it alone, which is a dumb mistake. But we started out the race and the track was actually pretty good, pretty tacky. I was making a lot of traction out of mostly 3 and 4, as you guys probably saw, and it felt really good. And then it just went away quick, and it started getting dry on the bottom. I started losing all kinds of side bite, mostly out in turn 3 and 4. And by the time that caution came out and the field packed up again, I didn't have it. I just had missed the setup. I needed a lot more side bite coming out of the corners. And I was spinning the tires a lot, as you guys probably heard, and I know adding a little more side bite probably would have helped to plant my right rear in the ground a little better and help me pick up some speed coming out of the corner. But yeah, I just didn't need that caution, and I'm having some problem on the restarts. I don't know if it's a carburetor problem or it's a motor problem, but when I get on the gas, it just doesn't go. It just feels like there's like a lack of power. And then all of a sudden, I heard it hit a certain RPM and it just ramps up. Like the power curve just jumps up and it just starts going crazy, and it just wants to rip the tires loose and it just starts screaming. So I don't know. I'd like to get this thing on a chassis dyno and be able to figure out if it's a carburetor problem or maybe it's a motor problem. I might try advancing the cam a little bit, try to get some more bottom end torque in. But guys, I'm racing with a 357 here, right? And the guy beat me. He's racing with a 434 big motor, so it's hard to keep up with them in general. So I need this little motor to be absolutely on point, tuned up perfectly. So that's probably why you guys saw me kind of lacking on the starts, is I'm foot to the floor and it's just not going on the restart. So that kind of crushed me, but the car felt good. It just was too free. And the track just went away on me and everybody else, but I think those guys had a little more side bite in their car to keep it going. So third fastest overall as far as the fastest lap goes, and I turned mine on lap 6, so it was pretty early in the night. And it was a fun race. Once the 11 got by me, I kind of went a little bit high and I was spinning my tires off 2, and he got a nose on me, and then he passed me in 3 and 4, and then I tried to rail the high side and I got it to basically his right rear, and he just shut the door. I don't know if he knew I was there, but even if he did, he just shut that door quick and I had to lift, and if I didn't lift, we were both going to be in the wall and we both wrecked. So it's a racing deal. I'm not too happy about it, but I might have done the same thing if I was in his shoes too, so just how it goes sometimes. But it's a fun night, and not having Livia there really made me realize how much more difficult it is to put out these videos when she's not there, because she just makes everything so much easier, grabbing the camera and getting some good footage and everything. So you guys see the lackluster performance of my my video here because of her. So miss you, Livia, wish you were there. But thank you guys for watching. As always, our next race is going to be September 28th at Antioch again in the super truck, and it's going to be $1,000 to win, maybe more. We had an external sponsor come on and sponsor that race, so I got second, and the sponsor paid me 300 bucks right then and there, and then I got another 150 or whatever from the track. So it was a good paying night, and that plus Rich's $100, man. It was probably one of the first nights on top in a long time. But yeah, I'm hoping to be on the track a couple of times with the hobby stock before September 28th in the super truck. So be on the lookout for more race videos, whether it be something else or maybe I'll go to Petaluma. I'm not sure, but I'm for sure making that September 28th race for the 1,000 to win. And hopefully I can get a little better on the tune-up on the carburetor and a better setup on the chassis for the main event. But thank you guys for watching. As always, remember, it's bent, it ain't broken. I'll see you guys next time here on Cherezian Racing.